It's time for the next installment of my end of summer, ready for fall, let's get the house clean, let's purge some stuff. I filmed one day of this already and we did like closets and the laundry room, and I'm really happy with the results, especially of the Harry Potter closet. Very happy with that one, but we did some organizing, a little bit of purging, not a whole lot of like actual cleaning. We did clean the laundry room and that was necessary. But today we're gonna do some more cleaning and maybe a little organizing, maybe a little purging, but it's gonna be mostly cleaning. So I have my list today. That's one of my tips for like when you're tackling a big project like this, because I do want to get to like the whole house. And there are some spaces that, you know, I can fall into the rabbit hole and I get stuck working on little micro tasks. And so making a list and like listing out all of the little tasks I want to do in that space kind of helps keep me on track. So my list, I'm going to start in my office, which is why I'm standing here. This is my office. I work here every work day. I want to work on the windowsill, which is a funny thing for me to say, except I keep plants in my windowsill. And the other day I was working and my sister's cat came down and climbed into one of my plant pots and knocked the plant over, and it was a disaster. The plant seems to be fine, but we lost a lot of dirt and a lot of it's in the windowsill. And also the dog likes to hang out with me in the office, and the windowsill is just the right height for her to rest her chin and stare out upon her kingdom and growl at any who dare to trespass. I've tried telling her that those people live there and it's not actually her kingdom, but she doesn't listen to me. So there's like dog drool spots on the windowsill. Eventually I want to paint all of the like windowsill trim with like a nicer paint, so hopefully it will wipe down easier. But for today we're just going to wipe it down with a magic eraser. I have these beautiful shelves that I bought at a Haverty outlet store. I painted them gold. I think there was a video on that on this channel because they were like an industrial black. I love these shelves. They hold a whole lot of stuff. That's the problem, is there's a lot of stuff on here that probably doesn't need to be here, and I would like to wipe them down, dust them off, get rid of the stuff I don't need, and just, you know, kind of have like a fresh start. And then there are these file cabinets over here that are also just covered in stuff that doesn't belong here. So eventually this is going to be just a workspace and not a catch-all space for all of the junk that, you know, comes in the front door and then needs a landing place, because that's kind of what this room has become. So we're starting in the office. I also have the dining room, which is just that way. We have like a half wall between the dining room and the living room, so I'm putting that as like the dining room. I want to clean up under the table because we have some stuff under there. I just want to wipe down the shelves under the table. They're great for storing things, but they also collect cat hair and dog hair, and I just want to wipe them down. I want to take a look inside the china cabinets and see if there's anything that we want to get rid of. I don't think there is, but if on the off chance there is anything we want to get rid of, we're collecting things for that day when we have a neighborhood garage sale, because I think we're actually going to participate the next time because we're collecting some things to sell. In the living room, I want to wipe down all of the end tables. All of the end tables have drawers. I want to go through those drawers and get rid of anything that doesn't need to be in there. There is a recliner that we moved into Mom's bedroom that we should probably move back out into the living room. We're trying to have some people over, and eventually, you know, it would be nice to have places for everybody to sit, and the recliner doesn't need to be in Mom's room anymore. So we can move that back out into the dining or into the living room. And then the breakfast nook area. So we have like 2 dining spaces. The breakfast nook needs like, or the table needs a wipe down, and we have like a Lazy Susan in the middle of the table. And every quarter-ish, I like to take that Lazy Susan, take everything out of it, wash it out, and then organize everything that goes back into it. So I want to make that make more sense. And then we can move on to like the full house tasks. I want to dust all of the blinds in the house, and then air filters, I need to change the ones in the like ceiling vents, or I guess we have one in the wall and one in the ceiling, but we need to change the air filters today. And then I want to vacuum, and I think I'm going to vacuum the whole house. including the tile. I think I'm just gonna do everything today. We'll see how my stamina runs out. Like, if I'm feeling tired, I'm just gonna do the carpet and we can use the robot vacuum for the tile. But I'm thinking I'll just vacuum the whole house. At least that's the plan for now. So I am gonna put my notebook down and I'm gonna get started. You guys get to watch me work super fast. Let's do this. This did not take me as long as I feared that it would. I'm really happy because this shelf is nearly completely clear. It makes so much more sense. I dusted the entire top shelf and the second shelf, not dusty. Weird. I want to hang these because these are hanging pots. I just don't have the hooks on the walls to hang these yet. And I haven't exactly decided where I want to hang them, so that's why they're not hung yet. But I'm thinking I want one in the living room. I think one in the dining room would be cool. But I've got another, like a handful of pots. I'd like to hang some upstairs in the loft, like in front of the windows. I think they might like that. None in the library, obviously, because books and plants just don't go well together because of the moisture in the plants. Yeah, I could hang more in here. I'm happy with what I've got in the window. I'm content with that, but I'm not hanging them yet. So for now, they get to live there. And yeah, I'm happy. So we get to take our list and we get to cross some stuff off. Office, windowsill, shelves, file cabinets, done. So the office is done. And now we get to move over to the dining room. So here's our dining room. We have the chairs up because we leave them up, honestly. We run the robot vacuum at least once a week, and so since we hardly ever eat over here, we just leave the chairs up so the vacuum doesn't have to go between all of these chair legs. And it's nice that they're up, but it's also, you know, a visual obstruction. So I would like to make that part of the habit of like putting them down every week. And, you know, maybe utilizing this table a little bit more. Like we could play a board game on here. That would be so much fun to play a board game over here and just leave it set up like Monopoly for a week. I don't know. But down below we have these beautiful shelves where we can store things, and we do. And we've got all kinds of wine advent calendars, honestly, from last year. And no, they are not all completely full. Some of them we have kind of broken apart. And like given little bottles away as gifts, but mostly I just want to wipe down the shelves and get the cat hair off. Then we have this half wall over here. It divides the dining room and the living room. I love the great big picture window because like in the holidays I hang Christmas decorations and it's really pretty. And I like that it's not a wall between here and there, but we still like this blanket should go in there. This is part of the dog bed, and we don't use it anymore. I'm gonna put this on the dog bed because somebody tore a hole in it, so I might need to fix the hole in it. Not naming any guilty parties. And then this stuff over here is part of the baby gate. If you know the saga of the holes in our walls, this is the culprit. Because I thought they were in studs, and only part of them were in studs, not everything. I don't know why it wasn't all in a stud, but whatever. So I'm thinking, the more I think about this, the more I think we just throw the whole thing away. Because the baby gate itself is like a mesh and it's kind of stretched out at this point, and I think we just take the whole thing out of the wall and throw it away. So that's why I haven't thrown these away, but I'm thinking that that's my final decision. So I'm gonna get the okay from Mom, and then these will probably go in the trash because we're not gonna reinstall it, I don't think. All right, truth time. I cleared everything out from under here and I was counting, and we did not drink as much as we thought we were going to, and we did not gift as many of these as we thought we were going to last Christmas. Fortunately, it's wine, so it's good, you know, it's fine. But we have lots of these. So we need to take it easy this year when buying these, but I regret nothing. I feel like the Aldi ones are a really good deal, and we have a lot of fun with these. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take these out of like the outside box because there's another box inside this box. And we get rid of a little bit of cardboard. And then we're going to make these more accessible to begin with, and then we're going to prioritize drinking these when we're in the mood for wine. So we're gonna get through these. We are, but you know. You think so?
It's not gonna hurt them to wait. They'll wait just fine.
Well, it is wine, and then these are the sparkling wines. They were in these boxes, and I put them in this because I think the sparkling wine should be chilled, especially when we're ready to celebrate, I don't know, a Chiefs win or something, you know, just in case. So I put them in here, and they're all sorted by the type because I'm, you know, that kind of person. So I think we're gonna try to make room for these in the outside refrigerator, just so they're handy when they're, you know, chilled.
Yeah.
I love that
Good to
idea
me.
anyway.
Me too.
I did a truly terrible job of showing you the before, but this has been cleaned off. The plants have been, you know, distributed or purged. The wine bottles from up here are now on this. We are going to keep the corks moist. Em and I've been through this china cabinet and that one, and we've pulled some things out that we feel like we could get rid of. We're gonna get Mom's okay on them first. I've got a plant up here, and he's gonna try to live here now. And then the underside of the table has been done. So I'm calling the dining room good for now. I've wiped down this wall with the magic eraser. There's still some stubborn spots that won't come off, which is why I want to go over all of this stuff, like the windowsills and this stuff, with trim, like a fresh trim paint that's actually not builder quality. Hello. But anyway, I think for now, I think this room is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cross it off of my list. Up next is the living room. And this room is a disaster. We have things everywhere and nothing where it belongs. We've got a pillow. This doesn't live here. I mean, it has for a long time, but it shouldn't. This is flat and kind of sad, and I think we ought to do something about that, because if that's a pillow, that's just really pathetic. Towel does not live here. Blanket does. This towel does not. Blanket does. Blanket does. Cat toys. Dryer sheets? Really? Can we throw these away? Look at all of the cat hair on this mattress. Ew. Or mattress. Couch. Also, this couch just looks gross. So I may go get our carpet cleaner and give this thing a good scrub, because I hate this couch, but it can be washed. So that is one of the beauties about this couch. But it is in really rough shape. I mean, look at this. It's gross. Like, why are we living like this? We don't have to live like this. But we're living like this. So, yuck. Dog toys. Can we put these on the ground? I mean, why are they up here? The dog is never going to pick a toy up there because they're not on the floor. And then movies. These are the brand new movies that we got. I mean, they're new to us. They're new to this house. So we need to make these fit into our collection. We put everything in alphabetical order. So we need to put those away. And then all of these movies need to be put away. I mean, it's just a mess, really. And then the Bluetooth speaker, can we find a home for that, maybe? And then all of these end tables, I want to wipe them down, but also I want to go through the drawers. Hey, look, there's a cord in here. What's this for? I don't know. It's a USB-C. That's cool. That could charge a laptop. And a random emery board. Interesting. And then down here, photos from Target. Who knows? So, it just needs a lot of attention. So, I'm gonna get started. It's probably gonna take a while, but that's okay. It's 5:20 p.m. Mom is inside. She was out in the pool. I'm giving up on the couch for now because I think we're gonna buy a new one. This one's just too gross.
It looks so much better, but I don't think Auburn looks any better. I think she actually looks worse. I was bailing because our pool was brim full, and I think I've bailed maybe 3 inches of water out of it.
No, it's about 6 that you've gotten out of there.
And I came to the window and looked, and I saw Auburn looking like that, and I said, just stop, just stop.
No, she said, are you okay? And I didn't know how to answer. It took me a minute.
So I said, if we need to save for a new couch, then let's put that on our wish list, and we'll start saving for a new couch. We got to get the dimensions of the space that it fits.
I know what I want. It's gonna be a matter of finding it, if it exists.
Finding what we want, and then
Saving
figuring
money for
out,
it.
yeah, what the
How to pay for
cost
it.
of is, and then setting money aside month by month for it.
I think if I have to choose between a new couch and painting the stairwell, I'd almost rather.
Oh, I would definitely put this, because the stairwell does need to be painted, but
It
this
can
we
wait.
would sit on.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we sit on, well, we would sit on the couch. I would sit on the couch if it wasn't so gross.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, when it's dry, I will sit on the couch. Tonight, I'm not gonna because it's damp.
Yeah. But we've got a plan now.
Yeah. So I have some other things that I wanted to do today, and I think
It's the end of the day. I think you should quit.
It's 5:23, so it's almost 5:30. So it's basically 6 o'clock. So it's basically bedtime. I think
for me.
I've had enough. This was frustrating, but productive.
You got a lot done today.
I got a lot done today. I got 3 rooms done today.
I felt like I got the
You
things
got a
on
lot
my
done today.
list. I got done. It's not like it's a lot, but I have maintenance of certification and board questions and CME medical education I have to do. I got that done, and I'm really happy about it.
And I helped.
And she helped.
I was moral support.
She was.
So
Yeah.
I didn't actually start until well after 12 o'clock. So if I think if I had started earlier today, I would not be so frustrated. But it took me 5 hours.
But you still got a lot done. You
Yeah.
got your office gone through. You got
and
this
it looks so much
room.
better.
Yeah,
And the dining room looks so much better. And we've got some things out of the china cabinets we're going to purge.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the stuff under the table and on the buffet table looks better. So we're in a
happy
better
with
place.
it.
And the living room looks so much better. It's like a brand new house.
And she rewired the speakers for me.
Okay, so we have surround sound speakers in the ceiling. And when the guy came and installed them for us, he had the speakers up by the front, by the TV. Those were the like front speakers, so that's where all of the speaking came from. And so when we listen to YouTube videos, when we watch YouTube videos, everything comes out of the front speakers, and we don't sit up there, we sit back here. And so it was as easy as like going back there, and I had to take a picture of the plugs, because fortunately the plugs are labeled front, right front, left front, center, and then left and right surround.
Okay.
So I just switched the left and right, like front and back. So now the speaking is coming out of the back speakers, and the surround sound stuff is going to come out of the front.
That's
so when we
great.
watch a movie with like 5.1 surround sound, we'll get the surround out of the front speakers. But then when we're listening to YouTube videos, we'll get the stuff that we want to listen to out of the speakers that are right above our head, so it will actually be able
to hear
listen to it. It'll be nice.
Because the person in the kitchen, a lot of times, because the kitchen is so close to the living room, it's all that open floor plan. The person in the kitchen a lot of times can't hear or participate very well because of the kitchen sounds being loud, and then the speakers are all the way across the room.
Yeah, so that's been on my list for a really long time.
And I'm
really long
happy.
time.
I'm really happy with it.
And it's another one of those little projects that's been on my list that I'm like, why didn't I do this before? It's like that alien tape on the doors.
Yeah,
that was so much easier than I thought it was going to be.
That's going to be great.
I
think
don't
it's
know.
going to make a big difference.
I don't know why I thought it was going to be more difficult than that. And, you know, I can't even see it. I know it's there, but I can't even see it.
I notice this one when I go out, because when I pull the door shut, I can feel it.
But I can't see it.
No.
And the speakers, we just listened to a Charlotte Tilbury video, and we can hear it.
Yeah.
And we don't have to have the volume on 40.
It's great.
It is great.
So thank you. Thank you, Auburn.
You're welcome. Yeah, I've had enough. I was going to clean the breakfast table, but it's covered in stuff.
My papers and
your
my
stuff
computer.
and the stuff. Anthony's got a cup, and so I'm just not going to bother with it right now. But you could see the box. Do you see the box under the table where the cat's been eating a cardboard? It just looks like cardboard confetti. So this is going to be like a 3-part mini-series. At this point in time, it's going to be a 3-part mini-series. I'm going to do another round of cleaning. It's going to be the kitchen. So if you're interested in
more cleaning,
I'm going to be cleaning the appliances inside and out, the kitchen counters. We've got food on the ceiling. And this is just the, our reality. It's on the vent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hello and good day. There's nothing like a good false start, right? Or a false end. In this case, I told you I was done and I was giving up, and it is now a different day. It's bothered me that this list is not complete, so I'm going to finish it today before work. I'm working the closing shift this week, so it is a weekday. It is Wednesday, and I don't have to go into work until noon. It is currently 10 a.m. I'm running the robot vacuum upstairs. It's not the best vacuum job, but I just don't know that I'm gonna have time to vacuum everything that I want to vacuum and do like a really good job today. So I'm gonna let the robot vacuum do the loft, and I will get mom's room and my bedroom, because those are the like important rooms that like the dogs hang out in, and we have like a lot of dog hair on the carpet, and the robot vacuum does a fine job, but not a great job. So I'm gonna start with this table. because it's covered in things that don't need to be here and it needs a good wipe down. Don't look at the kitchen counter, okay? That's gonna be the next cleaning video. It's coming, but not right now. I just realized I left the orange juice out. I need to put that back in the fridge. Actually, I should drink some. But I'm gonna start with this table. I'm gonna dust the blinds. I'm gonna change the air filters upstairs, and then I'm gonna vacuum. So 4 things: table, blinds, air filters, vacuum. 4 things on my list today, and 2 hours, less than. I think I can do it. So let me go chug some orange juice really quick and we'll get started. So I'm calling the kitchen table done. I've cleaned out the Lazy Susan, and I try to do that every quarter. It doesn't always happen, but I take everything out of the Lazy Susan, I organize it, I get rid of the stuff that we don't need, I put it all back in a way that makes sense. We've got the salt and pepper grinders in the Lazy Susan now, which makes them easier to like pass around, and it also collects the little bits and pieces of salt and pepper that fall out of the grinders and usually would get all over the table, but the Lazy Susan catches those. So that's why I like to wash it out, you know, as often as I can, within reason. So that's done. The shelves underneath the table, we actually did this last weekend. I didn't vlog that. We found some empty bottles from when we made Kahlua and Amaretto last year, and then we didn't use all of the bottles that we bought. So Mom was actually planning on making more Kahlua and Amaretto on Labor Day Monday, but we don't have any sugar in the house. So we will have to remedy that before she can make more. So now I'm gonna move on to my next task, which is dusting. I am going to dust the blinds, and I have my broom here. This, in case you're wondering, is one of my favorite state fair purchases of all time. This is called the Star Fiber Mop, and it has these, think of it like a Swiffer, except you throw this into the washing machine, and then like the mop thing is, it's got Velcro on it. It's bigger than a Swiffer. A Swiffer is like, I don't know, slightly more than half the size of this, but this is much bigger. I've been using this since I was a kid. Actually, I think since before I was even in high school. Not this mop. We have replaced it a couple of times. You can find it on Amazon. That's where this one came from. There are several things I love about this. Let me start with, you can use it wet or dry. You can sweep or mop with this. You can dust with this. I also have a couple of, you know, like these microfiber things that are like glove mitt type things that you can dust with. But since our windows are kind of tall and I am not tall enough, I'm gonna use the broom, and I'm just gonna rub this on the blinds on the windows to dust the window blinds. So that's my plan. I also have Pledge here. The can is nearly empty. I don't think I'm gonna need it because typically these blinds dust really easy. I just am able to like rub them down with one of these microfiber Star Fiber mop heads, and the dust comes right off. But I want to dust the air vents, like for the air intake for the air conditioner. We have 2 of those, and those typically, I mean, since there's so much air going through them, it's like they get extra dirty, and I try to clean those every time I change the air filters. So I'm gonna do that last, or those last of the dusting. So I'm gonna get all the other windows in the house. I will not make you watch them, but I think when I do the air vents, I think I will use the Pledge, just because I think they need a little bit of extra help. And then we have these pet hair retardant lint sheets, like dryer sheets. And I wanna see if rubbing down the air intake vents with those does anything. Because if it helps keep buildup from building up on the vents, then that's something I'm gonna start, you know, making a regular practice. But we'll try it for today and see what it looks like. I'll update you maybe in 3 months, who knows, and let you know if it worked or not. But yeah, that's enough talking for now. I'm procrastinating and it's already 10:40, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to dusting, and I'll see you on the other side. I'm in the loft now, and she is watching the robot vacuum. Like, she is so disturbed by that. These are the lint sheets that I was talking about, the pet hair lint guard sheets. I don't know. We'll see if it works, because we've got one vent up here in the ceiling and it looks really gross, and we've got one over there on the wall and it looks even worse. I don't know. I mean, it's like she wants to play with it, but it's not a toy. So anyway, I'm gonna get the old filters down and put the new ones up and clean the vents. Did you know there's a correct way to put these in? There's an arrow on the filter, meaning it should go in this way because the air goes through it the way that the arrow on the filter is pointing. So the air should flow through it this way. So I learned that relatively recently, in the last couple of years. So just wanted to share that with you. And also, if you have not changed the filters in your vents, do that. It should be done, I think, every quarter or so, especially if you have pets. Okay, for the sake of science, I've decided I'm going to only use the lint sheet on half of the vent. So the side closest to the portrait wall, and this is for me for later, is the side that I rubbed this on. And I'll do the same thing on the other vent just to see, because I'm curious if this will help or not. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. Also, I broke a nail. I don't know how I broke a nail doing that, but I did. Time to get the other vent. It's almost time for me to go to work. It's almost noon already, and I need to make lunch still. So I'm not going to do what I did yesterday and skip lunch. I am going to eat lunch before I go to work. So that means I'm going to have to say goodbye to you for now. The house is cleaner. I'm so much happier. I love getting things like this done, especially like big cleaning projects, but even little ones like changing the air filters. That's something that we have to do every 2 to 3 months. Since we have 4 pets living in this house plus 4 people living in this house, I think it's really important to change the air filters frequently. I don't know if you saw how filthy the air filter was when I pulled it out of the ceiling, but it was gross. So we'll keep an eye on, you know, our science experiment. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. If it does, great. If not, no harm, no foul. So we'll see. But I'm done talking. The house is cleaner. Keep an eye out for the next episode of my end of summer cleaning, because I think it's going to be the kitchen. I'm really looking forward to it because There's lots of stuff that needs to be done. So this is not a false start or false end. This is the real end. This is the end of this episode. You guys will see me in another video really soon. Bye, for real.